Hey there, Cutie and Cosplay here with another video, once again in my Sonic cosplay or Sonic inspired outfit. Today I'm going to be talking about my collection of Sonic games. So yeah, get excited, let's get into it. Alright, to start us off, I've got Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought it was a good start for the franchise, but going back and playing it now, it definitely feels odd to play without Spin Dash. Next, I've got Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I thought this one had some great levels and bosses. I don't really like the final level though. Having no rings felt pretty cheap to me. And also I love Tails' cute design in the originals much more than his modern look now. Yeah. I've got Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I thought this was probably the best of the 2D Sonic games, and when I was younger I got stuck on the carnival level, and for years I didn't know that you had to press up and down to make the platform move. I just kept jumping on it. So it's nice to know that you have all those walkthroughs and things now. You don't have to get lost. Next, I've got Sonic and Knuckles. I like that this one felt like two campaigns with Sonic and Knuckles getting their own bosses. I thought that was interesting. Next up, I've got Sonic 2, Sonic Chaos, and Sonic Triple Trouble. I thought they were fun little games, but I don't really play them that much. I used to play them mostly on the Sonic Mega Collection on GameCube. Next, I've got Sonic Adventure, and I've also got the All-Stars version. I really enjoyed the idea of having multiple stories and multiple characters to play that have like their own gameplay mechanics. I thought that was really cool, but unfortunately some of the characters' gameplay just didn't end up being that fun. But I would really like to see this idea again, just with all the characters being equally fun to play. Then I've got Sonic Adventure 2. I really loved the Chao Garden in this one. I really wish it would come back. Sonic and Shadow, their gameplay was amazing, and I think it still holds up today. I like that there was multiple stories and multiple characters to play. However, I do think Tails and Eggman needed a little bit more tweaking with their gameplay, but overall it was a really great game. Next up would be Sonic Shuffle. I like the idea of a party game having a story or like a campaign to it, but the game itself isn't that great, unfortunately. Lots of the mini games didn't end up being that fun for me, and the story's pretty weird even for a Sonic game. Next up is Sonic 3D Blast. I love the music in this game. I thought both the Genesis and the Saturn versions have really great music, and as for the gameplay itself though, I don't really love it. I've got Sonic Pinball Party. Not much to say about this one, just a little pinball game. Then I've got Sonic Advance. And I love the more advanced gameplay for 2D Sonic. I thought that was really cool in this. And I actually think that I prefer this 2D gameplay over the originals. I've got Sonic Advance 3. I really liked this one. I liked that it was a co-op game and the second player could go off on their own. I really hope to see more co-op Sonic games. I think they could do some really neat things with that, and I've just always enjoyed multiplayer in the Sonic games, so I hope that they end up doing more of that. Next, I've got Sonic Battle. So I love the art style for this one, and I think the combat's pretty fun, but I do wish that this one came out on consoles instead, because I think I really would have enjoyed to play this 4-player, but being stuck on the Game Boy Advance means that you need 4 Game Boys and 4 copies of the game, and that's just not that realistic most of the time. That's just not cool. Alright, so next I've got Sonic 06. I love Shadow Story in this one, and I think the music is probably the best in the franchise. I think Mephiles is like the coolest Sonic villain, and I feel like Shadow's character is really amazing in this one. I actually wish he'd stayed this way. It's a shame that this game was rushed, because I feel like it could have been one of his best games, but you know, maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Next, I've got Sonic and the Secret Rings. I like the concept and the speed of this game. I thought the cutscenes were unique. I would like to play it with regular controls, however. In my opinion, the Wiimote just doesn't really feel right. Then I've got Sonic and the Black Knight. I thought the graphics on this one were pretty great for Wii, and I do think the game would have been better if they had just reused and tweaked the gameplay of the first one. Also, the sword combat just kind of made the game feel slow, so. Then I've got Sonic Colors. I liked it when it first came out. I thought, great music, the gameplay is fun, but after playing the remastered version on Switch, I don't quite like it as much. The cutscenes and the dialogue just kind of take me out of the experience, and I just don't really like this version of Sonic's character either. Next, I've got Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. I do wish that they had been in a platforming adventure together instead of this. Like, the games aren't that bad, but this isn't really what I had in mind when I wanted to see a Mario and Sonic crossover. But, you know. Next up, I've got Sonic All-Stars Racing. I love this game, and I specifically love the Wii U version because it lets you play with 5 people on the same console, and you can even go online together. This is just an amazing game, just filled with fan service. I love that Shenmue and Jet Set Radio are in this. Super cool. Next up, I've got Sonic Boom. So I think this is a bad game. But I thought the cartoon was honestly kind of decent. I actually never ended up finishing this game, but I like this version of Sonic, and like I've come to accept that he's just a different version of Sonic, and like the show does have lots of funny moments, but I am glad that regular Sonic doesn't act like Sonic Boom Sonic anymore. I appreciate that. And finally, to finish off the collection that I've got right here, I've got Sonic Mania. So I really enjoyed this game. I had a lot of fun with it. I think it's probably my favorite classic Sonic game, and I really hope that they come out with a Mania 2. I think that would be really awesome. So yeah, that's all basically the physical copies that I've got right now. I had other Sonic games, but I sold them, and I regret it now since I had most of the games besides Game Gear ones, and you know, we don't talk about Sonic Forces. That's not included here. I also have a few on Steam, but you know, they're not physical, so they didn't make it in this video. But yeah, if you came to check out my collection of Sonic games and stayed this long, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on Sonic games, your favorite Sonic game, maybe even your first experience with Sonic. What games do you have? Yeah. I think that's about it. Thank you so much for checking out my video today. And I hope you have a great day.